In this clip, I'm going to explore an intermittent issue I'm having with my door button. The inner door pull works fine, but the external button intermittently doesn't engage the motor. So let's give it a go. If you're having similar issues, BMWZ1.org in the first instance. A fantastic resource published by Mobile Tradition is the workshop manual with all of the information on troubleshooting faults like this. Great detailed breakdown and some visuals as well to help you along. I'll be focusing on the area highlighted above, which is the linkage for the door button itself. To access it, it's fairly straightforward. Of course, the leather trim needs to come off, which is simply 2 screws on the leather and a torque screw by the door opening itself. It goes without saying these parts are, of course, quite old, so take your time and try not to break anything. With the leather trim removed, there is a dust cover held on with a Phillips screw, so just remove that. The cover itself is held on with some sealant, so it may take a little persuasion to remove it. So how does it actually work? My understanding, once you press the button, a pin extends out of the back, pushes a lever. This lever is connected to a rod. The rod activates a switch, and the switch tells the motor to engage. I think I've got that right. In this case, the lever is just a little bit too short. It doesn't quite extend far enough to push the switch to activate the motor, and so I need to lengthen it, if that makes sense. To prove it is just a throw issue, if you get a screwdriver and push on that lever and the door opens, then you've isolated the problem. But how do you lengthen the lever? Well, you do that by disconnecting the ball joint from the mechanism, turning it. This is the lock ball joint above. Turn it half a turn, 1 full turn, reconnect it, and test. But I had a problem. This ball joint is a ball ache to get to. There is 0 space in there. So you can disconnect it with a flat-headed screwdriver, but you need something like extra long-nosed pliers to put it back on again. I can't adjust the lever, but I can add something between the pin and the lever. It only needs to be a couple of millimeters. Like, for example, heat shrink tubing. Just to stress, this is my workaround, not obviously an official recommended solution. But once you've got an appropriate size bit of heat shrink, cut it, put a screwdriver between the pin and the lever, then you can put the heat shrink on and heat it up with, if you don't have an iron, then a hair dryer or something. A quick test and the problem is solved for now. Until I've ordered the correct tools, I'll be able to re-tackle this with confidence, knowing I can get the ball joint back onto the rod and working again. Before putting it all back together again, highly recommend doing a little preventative maintenance. There'll be a build-up of gunk and crud and dirt and all sorts in there. Give it a good clean. Toothbrush is a good idea. Tar remover, which is great for removing glues and adhesives, and it's usually safe on most metals. Renew the dust cover sealant with butyl, B-U-T-Y-L, non-hardening sealant, which is very good. Has many uses on the Z1. Thanks for watching.